It's time to get up. Nah. For real. Actual King Smith. Let's go. Wake up. What you sleeping on your life for? Wake up. Every day's a chance for more. Wake up. Hands up. Let the beat thump. Wake up. Hey, wake up. Alarm clock ringing, but your mind still tired. Dreams on snooze, yeah, goals on fire. Everybody talk, but few take steps. Same old excuses, different regrets. I ain't here preaching, I'm here reminding. Pressure make diamonds, time and divine. You got breath in your body, fire in your chest. So why you living like you set up for less? Get up off that couch, move your feet. New mindset every time we meet. No doom scrolling, no fear feed. This the real talk over funky beats. Wake up. What you sleeping on your life for? Wake up. Every day is a chance for more. Wake up. Hands up, let the beat thump. Wake up. Hey, go. No cake, no crown, still king energy. Talk my truth, that's my identity. Life get heavy, yeah, I've been stressed. Still showed up, put hard in the test. If they doubt you, good, prove them wrong. Same doubt, fuel, make you go strong. Ain't waiting no luck, I hustle with faith. Mind on progress, foot on the gas and say what? Say now, say move, say how, I say what? Get in the bed, shut up and get up and wake up. It's a moment, don't waste none. Wake up. Sun still rise, so you ain't done. Wake up. Beat knocking, let your soul jump. Wake up. Hey, wake up. Yeah. This ain't motivation. This is a reminder. Wake up.
Yeah, start the music. Start the music, baby. What's going on, everybody? What's good? What's cracking? Let's get to the weekend. Welcome to Wake Up with the Actual King Smith. Whew. It is Friday, February the 6th, 2026. I'm coming up in this thing wearing the red today as it is National Heart Awareness Day. And for somebody that has heart disease, felt like it was appropriate to start with wearing the red today. Let's slowly fade the music out here. And let's get into what we're going to be talking about today. All right. Today it is the weekend before the Super Bowl. And what I want to get through today, and I'm going to just say this up front, I want to talk about losing momentum. And depending on what platform you watching this on, either the title says don't love momentum or don't lose momentum. I didn't catch the typo until right before I was about to go live. But the message that I want to get out today is don't lose momentum, because Friday has shown up. Monday through Friday, I talk about being disciplined, getting locked in, doing what you have to do to get on your purpose, and really following that drive, building yourself up to do something, right? Building yourself up to be better. Hits. And some people decide that they want to use that. Some people use it to turn up. But when you're getting out there and you're turning up, are you living life, or are you using parties and things as a distraction to not get to where you're trying to get to in life? And some people decide that they want to use that to just disappear, go away. I want to remind you that the weekend is not the time to lose your progress. It's the time to hone things in together and make things right. All right. We're hearing people constantly say, protect your peace, rest more, don't do too much. And I even talked a little bit about some of this yesterday. And while rest matters, and while peace is really important, what people aren't telling you is that if you decide to try to quiet quit, which is what a lot of this younger generation is doing today, it's more of avoidance instead of tackling the things that you need to do. Oh, coming up. It's the weekend. They adjust intensity. They recover with purpose, and they still show up. But your regular people out here want to try to disappear for 2 days. When Monday comes back around and Monday feels heavy. Got a case of the Mondays. We hear that often. So what I want to leave this live stream with today is this. You don't need more motivation. You don't need another quote. You don't need to show up to where you get through the weekend and you start fresh with a fresh Monday. I would say stop leaking momentum. Momentum doesn't just die in those dramatic moments. It's a slow leak that occurs when you decide to stay up too late just because it's the weekend. It's a slow leak that shows up when you eat like trash, but then you call it self-care. It's a slow leak that occurs when you tell yourself, I'll handle that next week. Doing that is falling behind. So let's talk about how to move through this weekend without burning out and without losing momentum, and how we can show up on Monday ready to go like every other day. And if you've ever felt like your weekends are costing you more than they're giving you, well, stick around because you're in the right place. Let's chat. Let's see who we have here showing up in the chat, and let's acknowledge the people in the building. Shout out to Crevetco said, yo, I'm your follower and you live in Russia. Hey, shout out to you. Hey, I told y'all we got in the building. I appreciate you pulling up, man. And I probably, or lady, I don't know what your gender is. And I know I messed up your name. Charge it to the head. But I do appreciate you tuning in. We got people from Russia checking in. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Like I said earlier, most people don't lose momentum because life is hard. They lose it because the weekend convinces them that they've earned a break. And my take on it is this. I'm really curious, when you're getting through to the weekend, right? Or whatever your 2 days off is, do the weekends help recharge you or does it derail you? For me, the weekend has always been my time to recharge. I can't think of a time where I could go back and I've used the weekend as, oh man, I'm gonna use this weekend to escape. And in that escape, I'm using that time and losing momentum that I've done. I used to get frustrated over the last couple of years chatting with some people, and they're talking about their struggles, right? And I've shared my struggles very publicly on these YouTube streets or Facebook, whatever platform that you're watching me on. I've put my struggles out there. And part of the reason why I've done it is I've wanted to share with people that you are going to have struggles. Unless you are born with a silver spoon or your last name is a Kennedy, and even Kennedys have issues, you are going to have some type of a struggle. But how you get through that and how you get past that primarily matters with two things: the knowledge that you have and the discipline that you have. Shout out to Isterium. Speaking of discipline, this man has discipline to do the things that he has set forth to do. I know he's going to be a part of a conversation here coming up on February the 10th, and I'm going to be tapping in with that. I wish I recall what the platform is going to be on, but I will be tapping in with that. Discipline. And I get frustrated when I see people and I hear people that want to go out and party, or I'm checking your social media, and on your social media page, you're in party buses and you're doing all these other things. And then you're going, woe is me, or I might be getting evicted, or I don't understand why I can't seem to have money at the end of the day. Well, I can tell you because I've been through that. You're not making the main thing the main thing. And I've gotten tired of telling people that same story, that same outcome. You will get that outcome if you lack discipline. And until you change your discipline, you're not going to have that positive outcome that you're looking forward to, where you can get to the weekend and go, you know what? I'm going to do this weekend. I'm going to go here this weekend. Somebody sent me a text message and said, man, you always seem to be going somewhere or doing something. But I worked real damn hard to get here. Something that I also think that's killing people's momentum is this. I think that social media is out here pushing the soft life era, the rest culture. And I think people are misunderstanding where the message says protect your peace at all costs. That doesn't mean walking away and quitting just because. Like, rest doesn't equal stagnation. Peace doesn't equal avoidance, which is what too many people are doing today. They're just simply avoiding things. Comfort doesn't equal growth. Rest should refuel you, not reset you to zero. And if you've ever played sports, you know how it is. Rest doesn't mean that you have days to take off. There are things that you should still be doing, right? Like if you play football, you've got film study, recovery time. You still want to get those light reps in. My uncle used to always tell me there was a guy that played in the NFL that was where I'm from, Carnell Cadillac Williams. And he used to always try to motivate me by telling me that Cornell might have been naturally gifted. He might have been naturally gifted, but he also still. And my Uncle Nate, shout out to him, I'm a name dropper. He used to be like, hey, boy, you better get up on this weekend and go out there and run some hills. Carnell Williams' name is in the paper because he out here putting in work. Now, whether he knew that was true or not didn't matter. His main reason for trying to motivate me to get up and be better was that progress didn't just occur from sitting in watching cartoons on the weekend. To be able to be that blue chip athlete or that 5-star recruit, you needed to get in and put in the work, period. And that's something that has always been in the back of my mind, even as I became an adult, is understanding that. A couple of things that I want to leave y'all with is this. I think there's 3 things that kills people's momentum going into the weekend. Number 1, sleep. Staying up late just because it's the weekend. Staying up late just because you don't feel like you have anything to do that following day. I used to be bad at that. I still am sometimes, and I'm trying to improve on that. But when you listen to a lot of successful people, they talk about how important it is to make sure that you get that sleep and get that rest. I was listening to Shannon Sharp's podcast on YouTube called Club Shay Shay, and he recently just had Joe Budden on there. And one of the things, actually, there were several gems that came out of that live stream or that podcast that I enjoyed. Joe Budden talked about how when he was doing podcasting and before he got his deals with Spotify and the way that his current structure is set up now, he was doing it for free for several years. And he stayed with it. Getting in there, showing up multiple times because he enjoyed it. And now he's gotten to where he's highly successful in what he's doing. But even he talked about how in his age and how old that he is now, sleep and rest are one of the more important things to him. And he says that it's not about money, but he's got the money. But even with saying that, it's more about knowing what your value is. These live streams, I will get on here whether I've got 1 person or 100 people watching, because I want to use my voice to share something. But that sleep, that rest, not getting proper rest, sleep chaos, staying up late is what wrecks your momentum going into the weekends. The second thing I want to say is food. Not sticking to your diet or allowing yourself to comfort eat and get that energy crash. And then the third thing I want to say is some people give themselves, oh, man, how would you call this? Like a mental permission slip where you're coming, you'll be like, you know what? That's a tomorrow thing. That's one thing that I have to get better about doing, is that's a tomorrow thing. Nah, knock it out now. Or that's a Monday thing, right? You show up to Friday and you get ready to prep for the weekend and you go, man, that's a Monday problem. Nah, knock it out. Don't let that momentum die. Shout out to Pete. Pete said good morning. Hey, Pete, good morning to you. Who's your team for the Super Bowl? I know we already talked about it, but I want you to put it here in the chat. So this weekend, here's something that you can actually do to keep your momentum going. Going through Saturday and Sunday, wake up at the same time. Don't just change your time because it's the weekend. Stick to that same time. P said he's going to pick whoever wins you money. Shout out to you. Find yourself an anchor. Build from that. Use that time to even maybe create some content for yourself. Work on your fitness. Take care of some business that you need to take care of. Use it to plan. You use it to plan. I've started taking my Sundays to kind of plan some things out for how I want the upcoming week to flow. So here's my challenge to you, and I'm going to be doing this myself. Pick one thing that you can do that will move your life forward. One thing. And this is hard for me. This is hard for me. I'm going to do this today, and I'm going to follow up on my YouTube post section. the one thing that I am choosing that is going to move my life forward. Schedule it before noon on Saturday. If you do those two things, you're going to show up to Monday already winning. So in closing, I'll say this. Momentum doesn't care how you feel. Momentum only cares if you keep moving. So drop your one weekend move down in the comment section or in the chat. And if this hit, share it. Someone needs to hear it before they waste another weekend. You don't need to waste another weekend. I want to see y'all succeed. We got the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday. Neither of the teams that are in the Super Bowl I actually care about. I'm putting my money on the Patriots to beat the Seattle Seahawks this upcoming Sunday. That's who I've got. Y'all enjoy y'all's weekend. Don't lose momentum or don't love momentum, depending on what platform you're watching this on. Darium said that you're going to work on some newsletters for Substack. Go subscribe to Darium's Substack. Let me see if I can actually put that here before I bounce. Today's my off day, by the way. But I'm not off. I'm actually going to be working on a couple of different things here coming up that I'm looking forward to. Let me get in here. I am not very active on Substack, but Substack isn't my priority. YouTube is. Let me see if I could get in here. It's Darium. I'm going to get this link. I'm going to get this link and I'm going to put this in this chat. Except I don't know how to find it on the web version. Hold on. Because we're going to do this. How many of y'all use Substack? I do a lot of reading on Substack, but I'm not a producer on there the way that I need to be. Here we go. It's the Messy Middle. The Messy Middle by Darian. I am going to figure this out. The Messy Middle. I'm going to figure this out. There's a book called The Messy Middle. I see that. Got it. Bam. All right, I'm dropping the link in here. Substack.com/@itsdarium. I should have known. Bam. If you are somebody that consumes content on Substack, go and follow. Consider subscribing to It's Darium. The Messy Middle, writer, coach, and spark initiator, helping people navigate the messy middle of change where progress feels slow, but growth is real. That is his tagline. He puts a couple of different content up there. I like the caricature that you put out. People have been doing that social media thing where they use AI to create caricatures of themselves. And you put one that had 6 different caricatures of you up. But the one at the bottom right where you were, it looks like in a hospital chair, but writing. I thought that one was interesting. I'm curious what that one was all about. All right. That's my time, y'all. Don't lose momentum over the weekend. Allow yourself to build going forward. As Darian said, he's going to write a couple of newsletters for Substack. I'm going to plan out a couple of my live streams going into next week. So what are you going to do? He said that caricature meant that during my healing, I'm journaling my experiences. Okay. That one was the one that stood out to me. And I'm glad that you're on now because I had a thought to ask you about that one. Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. If there's a like button on your platform, do me a favor, hit that like button. I am the actual King Smith, and I'll see y'all on Monday. Peace.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Trumpets blare the golden call. A throne awaits, I rise so tall. Drums like thunder, shake the hall. Royal robe, I wear the weight. Diamonds cut the night, no debate. Heavy is the head, but I'm feeling great. Crown me king, crown me king. Horns will shout, let the kingdom sing. Crown me king, crown me king. Bow to the sound, feel the power I bring.